Okay, here we have the owl feathers, which resonate with ancient wisdom and truth. My name is Sean Caulfield. Thank you for looking at this video. It is a video that is being put together because I'm writing an article about the times that we're in regarding the universal soul. And through many years of voyaging and discovering myself, especially the last 10 years in the build-up to the completion of the Mayan calendar in 2011-12, I've gone through a lot of realizations and understanding, and every day I wake up with new realizations. And for me, one of the most important things to remember is to be true to oneself. And when you're not, you in a sense lose part of your soul. So we are really needing on a collective level, especially on an individual level first, to connect with the sacred song of our universal soul. And this is what the ancient people did naturally through ceremony. And we have, in the Western way, been blindfolded to this for the last few hundred years, to what is actually going on. And it's just really part of the process, if you look at the Mayan calendar, of really what we've been through. And there's really an understanding that we are this world tree, and the roots of the world tree are the indigenous ancient peoples who connected naturally to this way and still do. And really the time now is to look at that and the way that they connect and retrieve those lost parts of our soul that we've left behind through not being true to ourselves. And it's very, very important to be true to ourselves. And so the way to do this, and the way I've worked with doing this, is to become conscious of what's going on in my life and learning to trust myself with everything I'm doing, instead of working through the mind, working with the heart's intelligence, because the heart, they say, is where the truth lies. And before the completion of the Mayan calendar, we really were working mostly with the mind. But now that the Mayan calendar is completed and it's come to fruition, we are, in a sense, having to look at our heart for the answer. So working in the sacred way and connecting with, calling back the universal soul, is working with this drum, this shamanic drum. And this really is a very, very powerful tool to call back the oneness of the soul. And I say thank you to the Native American people for their contribution to allowing the Western civilization to work with their ways and understand their ways. And as best as I can, I'm working with permission, with everything that I do, especially in my art. And I don't just take things for granted. Even when I work with my art and my paints and the things I work with, I connect to creation, and I say thank you for giving me something to work with so that I can make worth back. The ancient Bushman people would work with the rattle wrapped around their feet, and so in a sense it's like a soul retrieval type of trance dance that they would do to bring back the healing. And when I had this experience being with the Bushmen in Botswana last year at the dance festival, and dancing with the Bushmen and seeing firsthand and feeling the vibration of this sacred ancient trance dance. So I also say thank you to the Bushmen for allowing us to understand their ways of connecting. And this really is like, for me, a resonant to connecting with the roots of the great mystery. The roots of the tree of life that connects to the deepest parts of great mystery. And this essence and connection allows us to, in a sense, feed the tree with nourishment, because it's like a tree in a garden that it needs to be watered. And so we water through doing ceremonies. We water the tree, and that's the way I've looked at it. So I'm going to take you around and show you a little bit of, this is my art studio. My name is, as I said, Sean Caulfield. You can go to my website and see some of my art. That's seancaulfield.com. And I'll show you some of the things that I'm working with and paintings I'm working on. And this, as I said, is a video for an article that I'm writing that will be attached to this. And I'll just take you around the room to show you what I'm working with. And I'll explain a little bit about the Mayan calendar and what I'm seeing the energies of the Mayan calendar are saying at the moment. Okay, here's the monkey, the weaver of time, the eland, mother and her child. This is actually the Bushman, trance dancer, shaman, and the eland that the Bushmen believed that they were one with. Here's some more art. African paintings and Mayan art. Nine levels. Tikal. "20 aspects to creation." The Mayan priest. Coatl, and the 9 levels. And that's the actual inscription that gives us the dates for the completion on the 28th of October 2011. And here's a diagram you can go to my website for as well. My calendar all started 16.4 billion years ago, and each level has these 13 divisions as a process of growth, should I say. And the way it is working is that every level gets 20 times smaller, and all came to completion. As I said, the last level started 9th of March, the 8th level started the 5th of January, and the 7th level 1755, and so forth. So time is speeding up, or sped up, to really unite the heart and mind. This is all part of the plan and is shown in the Mayan calendar. Every one of these 9 levels is actually a soul keen of 260 days, but exponentially from the bottom up, they get 20 times smaller. So every level is a 260-day cycle, except for the top level, which is 234 days, and the top level is actually a trisena to the level below. It's 234 days, so there are 20 234 days cycles in the 8th level, and the 8th level is a trisena to the one below that. There are 24,680 day cycles in the 7th level, and so on as you go down. So it's a very complex system of understanding that built creation and the tree of life. Here's some more art. These are the glyphs that I've been painting. According to each day, I've been painting these glyphs and really connecting to the creative spirit, creative flow. And it's been quite amazing, the experience that I've had. So this is the 260-day Soul Keen, and where we are right now with regards to the 260-day Soul Keen, which is a prophetic calendar. It shows us where we are and what vibrations and feelings we will be feeling. We are on Cain 2, which is the 2nd of July. It's also known as Reed, or Ben, and that's the glyph for Ben. That's actually the glyph there for Ben, today's glyph. And we've just started a new 18-day cycle, 18-day wave of 9 by 9, and where we are right now is here. So after the Mayan calendar, we've gone through the first 360 days after the Mayan calendar. We're in the second 360 days right now, which on a bigger 360-day scale works with Ik to Ik. But on the 18-day count, we are in Jaguar 8. Just finished Jaguar 8 yesterday actually, and we're in Eagle 9. 18 days started today, which is 9 is creates forward movement, and Eagle is heightened aspirations and taking new aim. And really what this is, this whole period here, each of these glyphs is 18 days, and it's going to take 4,680 days to get to here again. And that actually aligns to a galactic frequency of the 8th level.
And so we're doing this whole cycle again, but it's going to be a different feeling because everything's come to completion. It's going to bring everything to really resonate to a truth regarding the galactic frequency. So in 1999, we started with the beginning of the 8th level, which built the 8th level, which gave it structure to completion. And it all came to a combination of completion with all the levels here. And now that all the levels are finished and everything is really totally where it needs to be, it can actually grow everything again with truth. This is the way I'm looking at it. And so on the 16th of October this year, we complete the second 360 days here, and we start a new wave of 18 days. And the wave that we're in now, if one goes back, is Deer. That started in February, and Deer is really a return to nature and connection with our spiritual quest. So it's actually perfect where we are, connecting with the spirit, and focus on the hunt. And so we're going to be going through some interesting times just here in end of July, August and September. So there'll be some clarity end of August here, and it's going to be interesting. It's all written on my website, on my article that I'm going to be attaching this YouTube to. And so next year we go through the third 360 day, not next year, from the 17th of October, we go through the third 360 days, which will actually be holding Akbal, which is a recreation of unity. Okay, so it's evening time on the 2nd of July. I'm just going to continue the next 13 by 18 day wave. Starts in end of September with one light. I feel it's a very interesting opening that will come through with this, and we'll go into next year with this energy on the third 360 day cycle that will bring in the energy of Akbal. So yeah, it's quite exciting to see how it all is going to go forward. And just to also let you know that after the completion of the Mayan calendar, the first 360 day was all about primordial new beginnings. And the second one, as I said, was Ik. It's all about communication. And the third one we're going to next year will be all about recreation of unity. So it's all quite universal. And the actual 260 day Solkeen is the universal tree of life. And the whole 260 day is a big 9-level Mayan calendar. Okay, so this is Mother Earth sculpture, symbolic of Mother Earth, pregnant mother. And here's the shaman's drum, the owl feather, and a painting of one of the Maya elders and day keepers, Tata, who I was honored to meet. One of the experiences I had was doing ceremony at the temple city of Tikal. What an incredible experience, and learning so much and listening to the stories. For me, the most important thing with everything that I've shared and all its complexity is just to connect daily with the Mayan calendar, and this will connect you to an intuitive cosmic force that might help you in your life. And here we have the humanity rising up the world tree. Actually a painting by my friend Wayne Hammond. And this is the 20 glyphs, as I was saying, just to keep yourself in alignment with this is the power. 13 intentions and 20 aspects, combination of 260-day cycle. Okay, I know it's not that clear, it's just from a book. I'm showing you how the Bushmen would dance around the fire. You can see the rattles around their feet. This is in the Kalahari. And they would connect with the cosmic rhythms and call to the soul for healing for the community. And these are the ancient paintings that the Bushmen would depict on the cave walls. They've done some replicas of, thousands of years old. The eland, the Bushmen painted the most. That's the most sacred animal to the Bushmen. They believed that when they died they became an eland, and when the eland died, the eland would become the Bushman. Okay, this, I'd like to just make special mention to Dr. Carl-Johan Kellerman. I actually got this courtesy of one of his almanacs, this sacred calendar, Tolkien diagram. And Dr. Kellerman has done some incredible work. You can actually see his website there. He said to himself, what do all these 9 levels mean? And he's written a few books about it. You can go to his website and see. And he managed to understand the structure and bring it into simple ways for us to understand. And it's really due to his work that we understand the Mayan calendar the way we do. And also thanks to Ian X. Lungold from Mayan Magics for doing so many video presentations. Okay, it's another day. It's the 3rd of July. Just going to be completing this video. I'm going to go down to the beach just now. Just lastly, I'd like to just say regarding the Mayan calendar and the continuation, as I said, this whole Tolkien was all the 9 levels, and what happens after the 9 levels? I'm just looking at it continuing and restarting. Dr. Caliban talks about it, each level going into the 7th night, from the 7th day that's completed with 13 ahau. And so we are in the 25th universal wave day, and we are on the 8th level. We went into the 7th night, and we are now in the 8th day. So this first 20 aspects and 360 days was the 7th night on the 8th level, and we went into the 8th day. And so all the levels are actually in the 7th night below that. So this is what Dr. Kellerman talks about regarding the continuation of the 9 levels. And this is my art studio, and I'm working with various paintings. This is what I actually make. I make this rock with molding technique, taking molds of rocks in the mountains. This is a painting I'm busy with at the moment of a lion cub. It's a commission. Okay, so just to share that the Tolkien, from one Tolkien to the next, we all go through transitions in a 260-day period, and from the one Tolkien into the next, the transition period is going through the 13-day wave of death, and then into Kauch. And this is where we are. We've actually just gone through quite a transition with this Trisena of 13 days, and then we went into this Trisena, which finished just before the Trisena we're in now of Road, which is the conductor of destiny. And this is the place where we are right now. Today we are here, 3 Jaguar. So 1 initiates, 2 activates, and 1 initiates, 2 creates a reaction, and 3 activates, and tomorrow being Eagle, 4 stabilizes So this on a micro level is an understanding of the 260-day Solkeen, but on a macro level, each of the levels of the Mayan calendar is a Solkeen. And with it continuing, we're going to be going through this same transition over the next 12.8 years in this galactic frequency. That's 4,680 days. So we will be coming up to that in the next 360-day period. There will be an activation for number 3, and then a stabilization that brings in the transformation, and then we go into strong energies from here with rainstorm, and that is in 2014-15, somewhere around there. So that's the longer outlook. Thank you for looking at this video. This is table view. I'm at the beach. You can see the beach in the distance there. Robben Island behind me. And the Atlantic Ocean and Table Mountain in Cape Town in the distance. Thank you so much for looking at this video explanation of the 9 levels and how it all completes. Have a great day. Mitaku o Oyasin. This is Sean Caulfield.